Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the trades, I did finish the week with 12 wins, 5 losses for a win rate of 70.59% win rate for the week, which is below my 80%. So I was a little disappointed with that. But there was most of my losses were fake outs, and so yeah, I just should have been a little more patient with that. So with that said, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and on the bio section of social media. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. These videos take time to make. I do them for the purpose of you guys to learn why I took the trades I did and what I was looking at. So definitely like the video because these take a lot of time. So with that said, you can go on Twitter and you can see the timestamps of the calls. Now, I didn't really trade that much this week. I kind of struggled a little bit this week, especially on Monday. I started out with 2 losses. Now, I started out with SPY calls at 9:44 on the 19th, which is right here. Now, I know I had the wrong mindset when I came into this because I was looking at, we had a massive gap down. The put to call ratio was through the roof. I thought for sure we were going to have a massive short squeeze right at open, and it started to pop a little bit. It started to show a tiny bit of life right there. Then it just dumped. So I had the 427 calls up 9.44 at $1.10, and it dropped. And when it dropped through here, I just got out. I mean, actually, I think it actually got out when it came back up right here. I think I actually held for a V recovery, and it never did. So. I think I did get out right about there. Then I ended up grabbing let's see. Actually, you know what? I need to look at the exit time on the 19th. Where are you? Was it the 19th? Yeah, it's the 19th. Let's see what the timestamp is. 10:03. 10:03. Yeah, I stopped out here. It wasn't here. It was right here. I stopped out on this way down. Then I ended up grabbing 426 calls at 10:08. 10:06, sorry. Which is right here. Now, I'm not quite sure why I did not sell them right there. Am I on the right day for it? Yeah, okay. Okay, I got it right here at 10:06. So I got it right in here somewhere and it popped a little bit. So I think I was probably expecting it to break high of day and having a monster V rally. So I was expecting it here and it dropped. So I stopped out here. Then it started to bounce right here and I got it right in here somewhere. And I think I got greedy and was expecting a monster rally from this point on, and it just didn't happen. It just started to go and it came back, and I just held it, and it just didn't go anywhere. I really thought Monday was going to be the monster squeeze day, and it didn't. So, but I did grab. So those were my first 2 losses. Was the calls here and the calls here, which. Then I ended up grabbing SPX puts at this time at 237, which is right here. I grabbed it right there, and this little knife right there, I grabbed the 420 puts at $1.95, then went to $2.90 in that little thing right there. So yeah, I had 427 calls. I dumped for a loss from 110 to 60 cents. Then I had the 426 calls. I got it 95 cents. I let go to 0. Then I made up the loss, most of the loss on this little drop right here from 195 to 290 on the SPX. So that is why I grabbed that right there. Now on Tuesday, let's see, Tuesday was a little better of a day. I had Apple calls on Tuesday right here on the 20th. right at open. Now I said a pre-market that I was looking at for over 144, and it popped up, came back down, and it actually shot up. So those 145 calls I got at $1.30 went to 287 if you held all the way through for a 100% move. So that wasn't too bad. The thing I just don't understand is it didn't really move that much. 930, and they're in the money right here. So I figured they'd go a little more than the 100 and almost 100%, over 100%. So usually when they go in the money, they usually I thought I should have been like 350 or something, but I just didn't. But anyways, those Apple calls went 100+%, and I had BABA. I had BABA puts. Now BABA, let's see, on the 20th right here. Now I grabbed BABA puts at 1243, which is right here. Now what I was thinking was it came up through, rejected the RCT trend line, pushed through VWAP, and I thought for sure it was just gonna slam to lower day and possibly break that. Then it popped back up, then I ended up getting out. So the 205 puts I got at $1.15, I jumped out at 96 cents. Even though it went against me, they actually held pretty good, so I didn't take much of a loss on that. Then I ended up taking Tesla. Now Tesla burned me a couple times. Why can't I not type? Tesla burned me a couple times this week. On the 20th right there. I grabbed 610 puts at, let's see, 1258, which is right here. Oh, pushed through VWAP. And they went from $2 to $2.10. It barely even moved. Yeah, 610 so far out of the money. I didn't like it. I don't remember why I even took it. I mean, I get it. I took it because of break of VWAP, but I just so far out of the money. I don't like trading when it's that far out of the money. It just seems a little too expensive. But I did manage to get out with like 10 cents. I mean, I don't even think I even got even 10 cents, but tiny win. I really thought it was going to break lower than it just held the 200. I should have known that the VWAP and 200 EMA being together right here, it's going to be hard to break through, and usually it is tough to break through. Like right here, it tried to pop back up, tried to here, and I don't know, I guess right here I thought it'd be different, but it wasn't, and it just quickly reversed. So yeah, it was a tiny win, but it is what it is. It's been pretty much a lot of fake outs this week, like right here in BABA, and it's just been kind of tough for the fake outs this week. So Tesla did burn me again on the next day, on Wednesday, but I'll get to that when I get to it. I'll start with SPY. I like to stay in order of the day, the time of day. SPY, I grabbed SPY calls at 99 cents at 936. Right here, right over higher day. I was actually looking at it down here and up here. When I saw a break up here, I grabbed it. So they went from 99 cents to $1.35. At this point in time, they were already in the money. I got in the money calls, so it doesn't take much for them to go pretty good. So on that, so that's what I ended up doing with that. Then I had Tesla puts. And now this is where I ended up getting faked out right here on the 21st. Let's see, what time? 10:12 on the 21st. 10:12. Oh yeah, this is where I remember this. I was kind of annoyed that I stopped out. 10:12. I grabbed it right here. It dropped, it popped back up, and it had a quick drop right here. So I grabbed it in this candle thinking we were going to break through lower day right here, and it just chopped and it popped, and I got out of this pop. I got out right here, right at the top. So the 630 puts, I got at $1.70. I got at $1.05. Literally right when I got out, it just slammed. So I was very annoyed with that. Some people in the room held it, and they actually made some decent money on that little drop. So that was good for them, bad for me, but it is what it is. Then I had SPX at I like to bring up the previous day because I usually go look off that a lot. I did grab SPX 43.55 calls at let's see, blow that up, 151, which is right here, 151, right in here for a breakout. And it's just stair-stepping up, higher lows, higher lows. So when I got here, I grabbed it. It dropped a little bit, then it bounced off the 20 EMA, and it finally took off. So at this point in time, when I grabbed it right here, SPX was, let's bring it over to SPX. You can see the actual price, which is right here. So I've got the 43.55 calls, and it's at 43.53-ish. So it's only like a dollar or two at the money. So a small little pop is just going to rock it. So it did. This little pop right here. She did go from $2.50 to $5.40, 100 plus move on that, 100% plus move on that. So that worked out really well. Then let's see, on Thursday I had SPY again. I played SPY a lot this week. I like playing the expiration days, so I played SPY puts at 937 right at the open. They went from the 434 puts, $1 I got it at $1.35. Went to $1.50, then it popped back up. So tiny win there. Just another false breakout. Looks like it's gonna slam through, and it covers, and it does make a little lower low right there, but yeah, not much of a win there. Just some of the wins have been very, very tiny. And other ones have been pretty good. So Tesla finally came through after getting burned a couple of times and having fake outs. This one actually paid off. I got the 640 puts at 952 right here. 952, yeah, right in this candle. No, 952 right here. This is where I grabbed it, right in here. Pretty much doing the same thing I did before, chopped in this area before it knifed, and that's what I did, except that it was making lower highs, and it was making a nice descending little wedge right here. And as long as it stayed within that, I was happy, and it did, and then it finally dumped. So they went from $1.66 to $4.45, so that was a 150% move on that if you held all the way through. So that worked out really well that I had SPY again. SPY has been very choppy here and there, so the gap ups have been bigger than the actual move. So I had SPY 433 puts at 89 cents at 12.09, which is right here in this candle. As you can see, it got below this area right here, 434.25, and it pushed down. That's where I ended up grabbing it. 433 puts went from 89 cents to $1.05. Not much of a move. I think I actually probably closely grabbed it right at the 434 area as a break a lower day, and right when it did break lower day, it quickly reversed. So another quick small win right there. Just these things have been bouncing at lower day. They just have no follow through through the lower day, and if they get to the higher day, there's not much fall through on that. They've been sticking through a channel, and like this right here, it's going up, but it's a channel, and right here it's kind of a flat channel right here. So yeah, it was kind of a tough week of trading. Then on Friday, this was the day that annoyed me, especially Roku. I'll get to that when we get to that. Facebook was the first one. Of Facebook, I grabbed right at open. As you can see, it had a monster pop after hours with Twitter earnings and stuff like that. So I was looking for a short right out the gate. So, and that's what I ended up doing. I grabbed Facebook 357.50 puts at 90 cents, and they went to $1.90 right in that one candle. So that went up $1, 100% plus. So that was a nice little move. Then I ended up grabbing SPX. Cannot type, SPY. I grabbed SPX puts 40. SPX puts 43.70 puts at 9.35. It looks like, no, 9.55. I grabbed it right here. This pushed down. So there were $2.20, a quick little drop right there. A dollar move. I'm going to take that dollar move almost every time. And I'm glad I did because it reversed to the upside. I was not expecting this kind of a move. I was expecting this to actually come down to 200 EMA or the PDC, which is the previous day's close, this white line, and it didn't. So I like shorting. When price is over the RCT trend line, I like to short at the pullbacks, and if it's below it, I like to play the calls going up into it. So yeah, that was a nice little dollar pop right there. I was expecting a bigger move. It just didn't end up happening. Then I ended up grabbing pins. Now pins I was watching for a pullback, just like Facebook. I did get it right here at the same time. I was playing SPX and pins at the same time. One of the reasons why I got out of SPX really early was because I don't like playing two plays at the same time. If they reverse really quickly, they both can be losers, and especially if you're playing in the same direction, in which they were. So I grabbed the pin 75 puts at 55 cents, and they dropped nice right here. So they went from 55 cents to 95 cents, so almost 100% move on that. Like I said, the same kind of scenario with Facebook popped up with Twitter earnings. So when it dumped right here, got below the 75 areas where I was looking at it, I grabbed the 75 puts, and that's where I ended up grabbing it, and why I grabbed it. I mean, to me, these Twitter was selling off pre-market before it was getting ready to open, and I figured that this was going to do the same thing in Facebook, and that's why I grabbed them. Now I ended up grabbing Facebook again. Now I grabbed Facebook puts 370 puts at $1 at 12.01, which was right here. I grabbed it and I got out fairly quickly. Now there was, because this had a strong move up and it started to come down, the 370 puts I got at $1, and the IV just exploded, and I chased it, and as it was dropping, it was barely moving, and I think I chased the IV when it was the implied volatility was getting increased, was gaining some volatility, and I chased it. So I didn't like it. I got out quick, and glad I did, because I would have probably ended up being a loss. Even if it did drop right here, it didn't really, I don't think it really got over $1 again right there. But anyways, I just had a bad feeling when I got in at $1 and I'm watching it drop and it's not moving. And I'm just like, oh God, the implied volatility just rocketed, and it's not moving. And I chased it as it rocketed. So yeah, whatever. So that was a win, tiny win. Then I end up having Roku. Now this is what kind of like ruined my mood on Friday. I mean, I'm just looking at this. I grabbed Roku, 465 puts at $1.46. I grabbed him at let's see, 254, which was right here. 254 right here. Now I'm looking at it. The white line is previous day's close, 420. And it's up, and it's already gone 50 points. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, I mean, what kind of an idiot is going to chase it 50 points on a Friday going into the weekend? And so I was like, okay, this is going to be a good short. I wasn't too thrilled about the 465 puts being so expensive. I was hoping they'd be like 46 cents, not so much, but because it had such a massive move, it's only reasonable to assume that the puts are going to be expensive, because it made such a massive move that it could make a massive drop too. But it didn't. Like I said, a 50-point move in a day, going on a Friday at the end of day, going into the weekend. Anything can happen over the weekend. Anything in the market can happen. So I thought for sure people were going to take their profits at the end of the day, and at least get 465, maybe even 460, and these are going to rocket. And they didn't. It just blew my mind that we had this short squeeze at the last 20 minutes and just ruined the puts. I was kind of annoyed and not happy with that, thinking, wow, people are just dumb to to chase it when it's already up $50 for the day going into the weekend. So maybe they know something I don't. I don't know. Whatever. To me, I thought it was a dumb move, but it is what it is. So Friday, I ended the day right there. Very, very annoyed, even though I had a fairly decent Friday, fairly decent week. Traps just went against the grain on a couple plays, and I just it is what it is. And next week, just hopefully that it will be better, and I'll try to be more patient and stuff like that and see what happens. So that's going to do it for the video. I hope this has helped. You understand I did made some mistakes. Doing these videos obviously helps me see the mistakes I made, because hindsight's only 20/20. It's easy to look at the chart after the fact and say, oh, you should have done this. Yeah, well, you don't know what's going to happen before it happens. So you only know what's going to happen after it already does. So yeah. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the room.